All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jezuz from that Get Right at Night. Special guest up in studio.
Yes, sir.
Dior.
What's up, bro?
What's up with you, man?
Chilling, man. It was funny because on my way over here, they were like, yo, you're going to do the interview with Jezuz, hey, you know? And I was like, his name is spelled J-E-Z. That's my guy. That's my brother, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I was like,
yeah.
yo, I'm excited for this one.
All right, man. How's life been treating you so far, man?
Good, man. We just been running around for about a month, you know, like chickens with our head cuts off on tour, but, you know, hanging. It's been good.
Yeah.
Been good.
Man, you got to drop some new records. You dropped Cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
You dropped Nobody Knows.
Yes, sir.
And there was one more.
We did two, Come and Go and Kiss You Good also
Come and
came.
Go.
Yeah. Featuring Rome from Sublime. Shout out Rome one time.
When I heard the record, I was like, oh, man, like, you talking to some people on there, man.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people that's the only way I know how to write, you know, just to get out my true feelings, and that's how I learned how to write. I use music as a form of therapy, you know, so just writing about stuff that I hope can help other people, you know, just like music helps me. So
definitely. Your pop was a musician as well, for those that may not know.
Yeah.
What bands was he in?
Well, he played with the Sex Pistols, and he was like best friends with Sid Vicious, but he was in a band called the London Cowboys. He played with like the New York Dolls sometimes. So he was all over the punk scene back in the day.
So how was that growing up, and how'd that affect you growing up with him being in the music scene like that?
It definitely influenced me. I was around music from an early age. You know, even my mom loved music, and so I have a pretty eclectic taste when it comes to music, and I think my own music reflects that way, because I always like to add a lot of live instrumentation in all my songs, you know, and like there's a lot of guitar. So yeah, definitely influenced me a lot.
That's dope.
Being around music.
You could definitely hear it too, because on the Cocaine record, it comes in like the acoustic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like Nobody Knows, it's a little different.
Yeah, see, I get bored, bro. I can't always do the same thing, you know? So with Cocaine and just trying to sing and do the acoustic thing and switching it up, that just comes naturally for me, just because I get bored doing the same thing over and over. So I always try to keep it fresh, you know?
So how'd these features link up? I know you said Rome's on the first joint.
Yeah.
Who's featured on Nobody Knows, I think?
It's just my homeboy, Jackson Guthie.
Oh, because that's a friend. That's a friend of a. You just hit that person up.
Well, so funny story about Nobody Knows is my boy Chris Wallace, who produced the record and who produced most of my album, just hit me one day. He's like, yo, I'm working with this dude, Jackson. I think you guys would really vibe. And he just hit me to go over to Jackson's house just to hang, to meet him.
Oh, snap.
And so I went over there, and we had Nobody Knows within an hour and a half of meeting each other. Like, we didn't even plan to work on music or anything.
It just happened.
And it just like was natural, came
organically.
out. Just like, yeah, exactly. So it's pretty dope.
So how'd the feature with Rome come about?
So Rome came about, I think actually my publishing company linked us together, and Come and Go also came the first day that I met Rome. We went to like go work on music together the first time we met.
Yeah.
And Come and Go came out of that. But more importantly, like that's one of my boys now. Like that's a good friend of mine. So yeah, we
got
have
that
a cool
like
friendship.
alternative vibe in some of your music too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like what would you? I don't like to categorize people, but you got everything in it. You know what I'm saying? You got like the hip hop, the way you spit sometimes. So like they said, the acoustic and Cocaine, it doesn't sound. So like just that sound. Like what would you like say that is?
So beforehand, if people have listened to like my earlier EPs, I coined the term grunge rap because there's a lot of guitars in there, but I'm still rapping, and there's a lot of heavy stuff. Nowadays, it's less heavy, but there's still a lot of live music in there, and you know, I would just say it's eclectic. Like there's something on my album for everybody. Like I have the more poppy songs like Nobody Knows. I have acoustic stuff like Cocaine where I'm just singing, not rapping, and then I have stuff for the club too, you know? So like I really have something for everybody on my album, but the story is there, and it's the first 25, 26 years of my life being told onto one album. So everything's very cohesive and goes together, you know?
Some of your older stuff featured one of the, like, when I first know you off of was the record with you and G-Eazy.
Yeah, old number 7.
You still cool with G-Eazy? You also got that relationship?
Yeah, I mean, he's traveling the world every second, you know what I mean? But whenever I see him in LA, everything's all good. Yeah, that's a homie.
That's dope. Who would you want to work with that you haven't worked with?
Well, I always tell people that I would love to work with Liam Gallagher, the lead singer of Oasis. And people are always like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's what you would want to do. But, like, I think that comes from, like, the way that I grew up and the music that I listened to with my parents and stuff like that. Like, that's my dream collab. And then also on the rap side, definitely M.
For real?
M changed my life. So,
what do you think about the new album? Come on, be real with me.
I mean, there's some records on there that I really love, and then some that that are definitely skippable. Like, I'll keep it real. But just the impact that he had on me.
No,
it's like always will forever be a goal of mine just to work with him, you know?
Yeah, the whole album. Both of me, the White America joint.
Oh man,
that was like in my like junior high.
Yeah, the Eminem
years.
show, bro. Yeah.
That whole album was like crazy.
Actually, funny enough, the Eminem show was the first M album that I ever got. Like I was kind of late on him.
Oh,
like,
for real?
Because I was listening to like Blink-182 and stuff at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to anything in rap. And then my cousin gave me the Eminem show, and then I just went back and listened to everything and became completely obsessed. Slim Shady LP, even Infinite, and just became a super fan. And that's what inspired me to start rapping.
So you were more like into the punk rock scene at first. You heard
yeah. And then
you're like,
I heard M, and it literally changed my life, bro. And then from there, I fell in love with 50 and G-Unit. And just, I thought I was a little G-Unit soldier.
Man,
around,
tell me, bro, I'm telling you, that was my high school days.
Exactly,
I used to wear his little tank tops he had. They didn't fit me as good. Because I wasn't as big as 50, but I still had the little G-Unit tank top back in the day. That's hilarious.
I used to wear, like, you remember from the Out of Control video where they had the Mobb Deep G-Unit Game Over shirts when he had beef with Game? I was wearing those.
When they had that beef with Game, I'm a Game fan. That's like my favorite rapper.
I love Game too.
So when they had that beef, I gave away all my G-Unit stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember hearing on this radio station. I was going to school, and on this radio station they announced it. Oh, Game and 50 beef, and I was like,
you were rocking the Hurricane Games?
Oh, I got those. I stood in line for them things.
There you go.
The red joints, the blue joints, the Timberland looking joints.
I know.
Oh, I was a gang. I had to stop snitching, stop lying.
Yeah. Oh wow, crazy.
Man, I go deep.
So you
like
were
that.
bumping 300 bars and running like crazy.
All day, I thought I was gonna be the next Game.
Yeah, I feel you. I know.
Who are some rappers that you listen to nowadays? Let's not take it back. Some new cats.
I listen to everything, man. I love the new Lil Baby and Gunna.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's so stupid.
Did you hear the new Metro Boomin?
Yeah, the new Metro Boomin is crazy. All the features on there are insane.
Shouts to Moneybagg Yo. He dropped a new project.
Yeah.
Moneybagg Yo as well.
Obviously, I'm always listening to everything Drizzy's doing, like everybody else in the world. He's untouchable. The new Wayne, actually, I was pleasantly surprised about a few records on there that I really enjoyed. I thought I didn't have high hopes for it.
Okay.
And then I got really excited about some of the songs I heard on there.
Okay, yeah, we were on the same page because I was like, man, if they've been hyping this up for too long, this should have came back when it was supposed to.
But no, there's some records on there. Yeah,
The storytelling on Mona Lisa to me.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Super dope on that.
Kendrick as always,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being in LA, do you get to like link with any of these rappers like that? Are you in the scene like that? Or you kind of like to keep chilling?
I mean, I've actually made this entire album with close friends of mine. I've kept it in house. I have a studio at my house now, and so I've really for this one, it was very important for me to tell my story and to just keep it in house with people that I feel comfortable with and people that know me, on a personal level. Yeah. So I've really, for this album, I really wanted to keep it to myself. For everything going forward, like I think I'm really excited to start working with people and getting out of my comfort zone and hanging out and being in the scene more.
That's dope. When's the album drop?
Like springtime next year.
Next year.
Yeah, springtime next year.
Are you still working on some different tracks, or you just kind of
I mean, I would say I'm actually 90% done. Just got to fill in a few verses and hooks here and there, but it's like,
How's that process of working on the album with being on the road?
So, it's basically been halted this whole time I've been on the road. Like, I haven't had a second to breathe, for real. Like, between catching flights and just being in the next city here and there or being on the bus, whatever, it's just like we haven't had a second to chill.
They're kind of like, yo, man, I want to work on my album.
It makes me miss making music like crazy, but also like when I'm in the studio and making music, like of course I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. But I do also miss playing shows, So it's, you give and take a little bit.
That's where you get the vibe too from the show. You see
exactly. I mean, I'll be done with the show and then immediately have an idea like, oh, we should do this. I can make a record like this, and then you can't do it. But I think soon in the future there will be a day where I'll be able to have a studio on my bus,
so big time. There you go, right there.
That's there's the vibe. Yeah, exactly.
You got a show tonight, Club Red. What can people expect from a live show from you?
I mean, I think my live show is a little bit different than anything else in hip hop right now, just because there's that added rock element, and I play with a live band. So it's high energy, a little bit like a punk show, but we're playing all these hip hop records. It's a lot of fun.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Make sure to go out there tonight, Club Red. Where can they follow you on the Instagram, all the social media?
Yeah, everything is at Jez Dior. So JezDior. And then my website is JezDiorMusic.com, and you can find all tickets and merch on there as well.
Super dope. I do got to ask you this. One last question.
Yep.
All I got to say is yes or no. Did you vote?
Yes.
Boom.
My man.
That's all we need to know.
Gotta vote.
Got to vote. Tomorrow is a deadline.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone gets out there and vote.
Gotta get it done.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.